John Brown with Collected Development. Hey everybody, this is segment 3 of X-Men 299 and 300, April and May of 1993. And I'm going to do something that I usually don't do, and that is rate comics. And when I rate comics, I am doing it in a way that is more collector's collection based as far as importance in the series, and also the writing and the artist and how they mesh together. So from segment 1 and 2, I did the setup, and everyone knows that this was Brandon Peterson with Scott Lobdell, and then issue 300 was Scott Lobdell with John Romita Jr., who was doing X-Men on and off from the 90s and 80s, and also did Daredevil and other iconic comics. His father was also an artist, and he carried on that lineage, but had his own style. And 299 has some great splash pages, and I really enjoy Brandon Peterson's New Warrior issues. If you do like issue 299, I highly recommend you get his New Warrior issues. But there are some sequencing, and the cover does show what is going on in the comic, but I feel it could have had a different weight to what the story was more about. The Games Master was kind of a background character, at least in this issue, but the writing was superb in this issue, and you can see here with this conversation between Senator Kelly and Xavier on TV about mutant-human relations, which was obviously about an allegory to diversity and human rights, that it just gets so much deeper than even other cerebral comic books. And there's also some levity in it as well when Hank McCoy, Beast, joins the TV show and everyone gets a laugh. And for that, even though the art does not necessarily sequentially do a good job with the story itself is very amazing, and anyone who does a full comic book gets my utmost respect. So I would say writing is 4.75 out of 5, and the art would be about 3.5 out of 5. And then for 300, you're looking at just some iconic shots of the X-Men that just get shown and copied throughout the 90s. You can even see this villager of the French, where they are in France, where they are, giving a lot of depth to the story. It's not just these X-Men in a vacuum, and you see displays of power that you didn't see before, like with Jean Grey and Iceman, who gets bulkier and stronger and has a power-up that's shown in issue 300. The story, I thought, leading up to this was in 299 was more interesting to me. This was more of an action book, which makes sense for issue 300. You expect a lot of action, especially with the X-Men. And it's a very common ending with Wolverine on top at the end. But, you know, it's in the rain. There's a disenfranchised mutant that doesn't get excited to be a part of an X-Men with Charles Xavier and just jumps away into the darkness, and don't think he really ever gets seen again. Maybe in Jonathan Hickman's X-Men he does, but for that reason I would give the writing a 3.75 out of 5, but the art would be 4.5, maybe even higher. But he was also doing Daredevil, Man Without Fear with Miller at the same time, and that level of art with Miller was even higher than this, in my opinion. So I would say between the two, the writing is a 4.25 out of 5, and the art is about a 4 out of 5. Still very high. Highly recommend to any Uncanny X-Men collector. These are very important issues, in my opinion, in the Uncanny X-Men run since 94 when the new team was introduced. And if you're trying to understand 90s culture, if you didn't live through it the first time like me, this is a really good place to start to understand the excitement and pop culture phenomenon that was early 90s X-Men. And with that, I will leave you, and let me know in the comments what you think of me splitting it up in 3 segments and doing a rating. And I really appreciate any feedback, and I'm always curious if you disagree, because that's part of the fun. All right. Thanks so much. Bye.